we are. But as Carrie told you, we formed the organization in 2004. I lost my younger brother in 2003, and I'll have my dad here, our president, in our video kind of tell you what happened, but he made the uneducated decision, just like so many of our kids do, starting in middle school, gone up through the collegiate level, and even law enforcement, and as you know, professional athletes, so it couldn't have been a more timely program. So we formed the organization to originally educate kids in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but what we found is we turned over an anthill and we're sucked into an information vacuum. And I'll give you a little bit more background on myself and my knowledge, but we're recognized as a leader globally on this topic. Many of you that saw the infamous congressional hearings in 2005 with Major League Baseball, my father Don spoke as an expert witness, and we've been in the New York Times and CBS 60 Minutes, and featured in magazines all around the globe. And recently, everybody remembers the Lance Armstrong thing. My phone started ringing at 6:50 a.m. the next morning after that, and we did interviews all day, basically letting the public know that we have over 1 million kids that admit to using this stuff, yet we focus all of our time and attention on these well-known athletes. Who are our partners? We can't thank the NCAA enough. We're a part of their speaker registry and do programs all over the country, everything from Division II to Division I to Division III. Our primary sponsor is Major League Baseball, and that partnership happened just after the congressional hearings when Commissioner Seelig picked up the phone and called our house. And my dad thought it was a joke. Like, okay, we just got our 501c3 yesterday, now all of a sudden Commissioner Seelig calls. Well, it was for real, and with their dollars, we travel all 30 Major League ballparks every year speaking with kids, both boys and girls, athletes and non-athletes, down on the field, and working with the professional baseball athletic trainers. You recognize the NFL up there. They have donated some dollars to our foundation, in which we use to go into schools in different NFL cities. So we're hoping soon to expand that relationship. You notice the Texas Rangers and the New York Yankees. I guess that couldn't be more timely than the news that came out yesterday. As a matter of fact, we've been very blessed. Randy Levine who's the president of the New York Yankees, is on our board of directors, and we've done programs. The Texas Rangers donated some money. We did every single middle school, high school in Arlington, Texas. So my dad's actually on, trying to put out fires this morning. Media started calling yesterday at 2 or 3 o'clock after the Miami Times-Herald released all that information. So what I'd like to do is let me play you a quick video. It'll introduce my dad and tell you the story of my brother and just a couple of stories of how these drugs have affected some other lives.
Yeah, this is really the first time that our conferences have been able to come together for something like this. And, we all step on the field and we all want to win. I want the NCAC to beat everyone. I'm sure that everyone at the OAC, the PAC, the Heartland thinks the same thing. But we could come together for something like this because it's geared to our coaches. We're giving them some tools that will ultimately benefit our student athletes, and that's good for all of us. So this is something that I'm really proud that we were able to put together, and I'm really thankful for our colleagues from the other conference.
Absolutely. I think, there's a lot of fantastic information, and I think, the more we can start with educating our coaches and our administrators, and then that information gets down to our college athletes, we definitely have more of a chance of keeping them healthy, that's for sure.
I think the most alarming thing that I learned today was what energy drinks do to you and how pervasive that is with our athletes and how they think that that's a good way to jumpstart and get themselves going, when in reality it can be really detrimental. So I'm going to go back and talk to our kids about their use of energy drinks and also dietary supplements that I think oftentimes with women that can be prominent too. So it was very educational. It was surprisingly alarming.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, and I think a program like this, is really important. I mean, the stories and the pictures really hit home, and we're still dealing with really intelligent young people, and I think those make a huge impact rather than just just the information which they need also. I think the stories and the pictures and the things that really come to life, I think those really make a difference.
I do think we all are in very powerful positions, and our players look up to us and look for us to mentor them and to guide them. And oftentimes, when we're talking to athletes about becoming better and increasing their performance level, we talk about getting stronger. We talk about them, for our program, we talk a lot about becoming a little bit bigger. And I have to be very careful about how I'm phrasing that and making sure I'm giving them programs that will lead them down that path and not leave it up to them to get on the internet and look up things that could be, harmful to them.
Well, first, we want to thank the NCAA for providing funding to the schools to get such an important message out that we know through surveys and studies that our kids aren't getting this in middle school and high school. And we've got our colleges now and conference leadership that we're able to give this information to so that they can equip their kids, because there's a lot of unknowns on the dietary supplements that we talk about, and there's a lot of unknowns about the dangers of anabolic steroids that so many of our kids think that they need to use, not only to compete, but to earn that starting position or to get into playing professional sports. And we just want to continue to use this message to our kids that there's the right way to do things. There's no supplement that's going to help you get to the next level. It's about eating right, sleeping, and working hard. The group of folks we talked to today, coaches and athletic trainers, are so key to this issue because we're dealing with a generation of kids that want instant gratification. They want to see results within days versus it takes weeks and months. And it's great to equip coaches with this information because kids look up to our adults. They're like second families because they spend so much time together. And now the coaches have been equipped with this information to talk with the kids and get this topic out on the table. We know what's going on, and to gain the trust of our kids to figure out what it is they're taking, why they're supplementing, and how to do things the right way.